What a week, what a week. So this is the reviews for the trades that I made at the beginning of the week. We'll see how the market moved, what positions got canceled, which ones are still active. And this week, I'm actually pretty happy with how many actually got hit. So let's get this thing started off with Qualcomm. This was our first trade and it recently got hit. So if we look at the 3-day, okay, so it did pop down a little bit farther. I was thinking it was going to run just with all the news that was happening this week, but we did manage to get a nice pop up into the area. And then back on the daily, it is getting rejected a little bit. So obviously it's too soon. I'm planning on being in this trade for quite some time. So this one is active and we'll make it to the portfolio video that I never make. All right, the next one is ADI. And so this one, I was saying how much I like the formation, which was here. So this is the beginning of the week. So I was a huge fan of this flag and we just got more of a flag. So this one is still active just because nothing has changed with it. Okay, and the third trade was TRV, or the Travelers Company. And so obviously this yellow is the plan, what was expected. It never came back up. So if this kind of hits the target before it comes back up, I'm gonna say it's done. And it might be that this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, so it doesn't even come back up, and then you get your fifth. So for the time being, this one is taken off. All right, and so this is the big one for the week. This is ORLY, and this one I got filled, or I put my position on just because, yeah, it was already too expensive. So I put this one on to catch the initial A move, because I know as soon as it starts dropping, it is going to get extremely expensive. So I try to get a little bit better of a price. I was kind of like, I love the formation that it made this week. Like everything's just wicked out, so it does have the correct selling pressure. But Friday, it made this nice pop down. It hasn't broken anything, so it's not a confirmation of anything, but it's just super nice that was able to do that. And I'll keep this one in the portfolio video, and yeah, just kind of watch it ideally fall back to 700. All right, PepsiCo. So PepsiCo, it did kind of like the American Express trade where we had our nice little flag. So it looked like we had our nice little flag, and then it pops back up to that pivot and then comes crashing down. So that's a little bit unfortunate. It is still in our range, and I'll show you on the General Mills one. This is the exact pattern that American Express just made, where it goes up beyond its flag and then comes back down. So it's like testing the pivot, but this one's still valid. I still like it, and yeah, if not, it's just a stop loss, so nothing too huge. And so this is that General Mills trade. So this one, it technically did hit the stop loss. Okay, so this one is, like, I'm marking it down as a loss just because you need to get penalized for that. You know, you could have put your stop up here, but this one is going to go down as a stop. So not super happy about that. But again, this is the American Express setup where it has its flag and then it goes up because there's no move out. It goes up and then retests the pivot and then comes back down. Me seeing that on American Express and a couple others this week, I should have gotten my stop loss a little bit higher to kind of see that as an option of what price action could do. But I didn't do that, so that's why this is a stop. All right, and now going back over some of the existing trades that were put on a couple weeks ago, and these are the ones that didn't get filled. So starting out, this is General Dynamics, or ticker symbol GD. This is kind of what happened this week. We finally popped back into it, so this is now an active trade finally. I think it's easiest to see it up on the weekly, and looking for a break now. That's really the only confirmation that we'll need, is just a break of some of these pivots. We might get another shot at this. I doubt it. I think this is a 1 2 1 2, and then this 3 4 5 3 will happen to the downside. So yeah, really like this setup, and this one should be a pretty good trade, but we'll see. All right, the next one is AOS. So this one's the exact same as we last saw it a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it's done absolutely nothing. So I'm still waiting for it to pop up, and this one's still active since nothing else has changed. Okay, and Best Buy. So it's making a nice little run here. If it pops back up into it, awesome. If it does, the target might move a little bit, but yeah, congratulations to those that made this move. Turned out to be a pretty nice trade, already halfway to the target. But yeah, I will take a pullback. If it barely misses me, that's it. I'm not taking, like, if it just misses like that, I have no interest in this, because then that would break into a pattern to the upside. So yeah, if it doesn't come all the way back up to 80, I don't want anything to do with it. All right, and this one is ticker symbol BMY. Same thing kind of as Best Buy, where just need to pull back into the area and then a drop. This one's still active. It looks like it's probably going to turn around. And same thing, if this one does go and starts breaking stuff, I really don't want to wait for it to come back up into this, so I'll just let it go. All right, and this one is LLY from a couple weeks ago actually, but this one is up on the weekly. That's the pattern that we're taking. So this one is already in it, so this one can be an immediate short. I don't really like adding positions on Fridays, so I might try to get this one on Monday, but we'll see if it just drops straight out of here. Probably don't want anything to do with it. I mean, if it's nothing too crazy and the price is right, I'll probably jump in this one just because it's a lot of profit room. All right, NVDA is super interesting. So technically this one hit the stop, which is okay, because one, I was never in the trade due to I screwed up the count. So this is the count that I ended with. However, I think one of these was over here. Like, I thought the fifth was already done. However, we have this ABC, and then I miscounted the C wave of a 1 2 3 4 5 because my fifth is a 1 2 3 4 5. So I do think it's done now. Probably can wait for like some price action to kind of show what it's doing, just so we're not taking anything blind. Yeah, I think the fifth is done. Would have liked to just stay within these bounds, but now I'll kind of wait and see if we get so we'll kind of flip this stuff around. So if we go like that, back up and then down, I'd be down with that. Like, just start off with a 1 2 and then on this A wave, I'd be super okay with that. So this one, if you're feeling it, I think this is good to short at any point in time. Confirmation would be to wait for that 1 2, and then the super conservative would be for the fourth wave to break, and just hope to God it's not too late for it to come back up to tag in a trade. Cool. And this is ADBE. I believe maybe 2 weeks ago, I canceled this one just because I thought this B would come crashing down. It didn't, and this ABC is coming up, which is sweet. This trade is back on the table. It's a little bit higher risk because it didn't break really enough, I don't think, but probably like a quarter position, like just something super, just because there's a lot better setups than this. So quarter position, not super confident in it, but it does meet the trade plan. So do with that what you will, not financial advice. And that's really it for the trades this week. It was a pretty nice week. The portfolio is looking pretty hefty right now, so a lot of shorts. So we'll see kind of how Pow feels about everything on Wednesday, I believe. So should be interesting. I still like the selling pressure in the large markets, but yeah, stay tuned for the market update when I'll kind of go back through all the indices and dollars specifically.